For the first time in more than 5.5 years, we finally tonight have a few new answers to a question that has loomed over Indiana and over the town of Delphi. Who killed Abby Williams and Libby Jordan?
From the end of the bridge to, you got to go through. Now, I believe that the bodies were found about 50 feet.
A suspect in the criminal investigation out of Fort Hood is dead. Officials say he killed himself overnight.
They needed that little music in the background. It goes, "Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious."
Right.
Knew about it or was there. He's as guilty as the person who committed.
Chilling details in the arrest of a suspected serial killer caught before he could strike again.
Him, they dropped the ball, man. Like they said, he went AWOL, and that he was a deserter, and nobody went to look for him.
Today is not a day to celebrate, but the arrest of Richard M. Allen of Delphi on 2 counts of murder.
Right. He sees him taking off with the wife. They end up finding the wife murdered with the baby out of her, and they found the baby in another place.
Hey, greetings from the year 3000. It still sucks. This is Philip J. Fry, and you're listening to The Drunken Turkey Show, your one stop for this sort of thing. Hit that button, like and subscribe. You know what to do, just like every other podcast.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to The Drunk Turkey Show, our true crime edition, where we talk about current true crimes and what's going on in the world. I'm your host, Daniel J. Alongside with me, as always, is Jaime and Big Blue. Jaime, how you doing tonight? And are you drinking with us?
I'm doing good, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing great, man. That was my first sip of beer. Sometimes I've been told drink a few before the show, so it starts off great. But that's my first sip. What are you drinking tonight?
I'm drinking Jack and Coke, man. Good old Jack and Coke, the classic.
Nice. How about yourself, Big Blue? How you doing tonight? You drinking with us? You're muted, by the way, just FYI. You're still muted.
I took it off. Okay, I'm drinking some Bud Light tonight with some good old Clamato.
So, you're a little too close. We can't see what you're.
You gotta get me in the faces.
Oh man,
I'm just on TikTok trying to push our show tonight, so I'm also live on TikTok. So I was trying to show both cameras.
Nice, man. Nice. Let everybody know where we're at. I want to thank everybody that's already. Oh, go ahead, Blue.
That's why I was on mute. I was trying to tell everybody on TikTok to jump on YouTube to follow us. So.
Awesome. Wow, already we appreciate this. Thank you so much. We have a super chat.
Oh wow, thank you.
We appreciate that. Thank you so much. From Open Mind sends us $10 for some beers. Thank you. We appreciate it. This one's on you.
Cheers.
Cheers. We thank that very much. And so I want to say thank you and hello to everybody in the live chat. If you're drinking with us, we salute to you. If you're not and you're having a non-adult beverage, we still drink to you. So guys, we're going to be, for the show, what we're going to be doing tonight is we're going to be discussing a couple of different things. There's been a little bit of news as far as where the police are now investigating. And we're going to talk about that and what that potentially means for some potential suspects in the Idaho 4 case. Cool. And then we'll be opening up the phone line and answering your phone calls. You'll be able to come in and talk to us, ask us any questions, give us your thoughts and theories. And I want to say thank you to everybody in the live chat once again. We'll try to go through there here every now and then and go through there once we get past our breaking point as far as what we're main topics of the show. So, guys, there was a article that came out. Well, first and foremost, let's talk about what we had kind of hypothesized. We had seen that there was a white car matching the description of the one that that the police have been, searching for,
Yeah.
traveling off Idaho 8 and turning off of a side road. Now, I hypothesized last time we met, that based on the location of the gas station and the positioning of the cameras on the side, I suspected that the vehicle was traveling westbound, and then turned north at this intersection, right?
Yeah.
And so we had hypothesized that the killer must have been coming from east of Moscow. If this is the suspect vehicle, this could be just a random drive-by person, just passing by at that time. And so today, Fox News comes out with a story that, and I'll read it. It just says here, Fox News has learned investigators have traveled at least 24 miles east of Moscow, Idaho, to nearby towns of Troy and Kendrick to acquire surveillance video in relation to the quadruple homicide in the 4 University of Idaho students. As an employee at the gas station in Troy, Idaho, about 12 miles east of Moscow on Highway 8, tells Fox News investigators ask for video, but their property does not have a camera facing outside. A manager from the food store in Kendrick, about 24 miles east of Moscow, tells Fox News investigators asked for a video of the cameras for the property. There is a, and I wish I can zoom in on that, but there's a map that kind of leads to the direction in which the police are now searching for. Mm-hmm. You can see that they have traveled eastward and then south, right?
Yeah.
So it says that manager tells Fox News that on November 30th, the Idaho State Police requested video ranging from November 12th to November 14th, and the business was able to digitally provide surveillance footage. Neither the gas station nor the food store indicated they thoroughly looked through their own video for anything unusual. Fox News also confirms investigators requested surveillance video from a dozen businesses within the town of Moscow, including a liquor store, a coffee shop, a gym, and a gas station. Interesting. Mm-hmm. I'm wondering, and there's a gas station, another gas station that's right there off of the turning onto Taylor off of 95, and I'll show you guys where it's at.
Yeah.
If this vehicle was traveling to the victim's house, which is kind of making me believe that these guys are investigating this lead very closely, because if they spotted him going this direction and then spotted him at this gas station right here again, turning this direction here, you don't go down this direction unless you know where you're going. You know what I'm saying? This is where the victim's house is located.
Yeah, he was driving for the purpose.
Right, but it also indicates that not only did he just turn here, but he possibly turned here off of this intersection going straight towards the victim's house. If that happened, that would lead me to believe that's why they opened up the investigation going further east. Like, if that vehicle does not turn, for instance, if that vehicle does not turn here, then, and they have the surveillance from that night of this intersection right here, then that would tell them that potentially, because I mean, this is, even if they went straight, let's put this here so we can see this intersection. Yeah, so I'm fairly positive there's cameras up in here along the sides of the building on each side. Yeah. They would be able to tell if that vehicle came to this intersection, crossed over and went over there towards the residence, or turned and then turned down this direction, right? And so, in my opinion, you only open it out to go this direction and check out 24 miles away, unless that vehicle did that.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, if it doesn't do that, then there's no point in investigating further east. Does that make sense?
Yeah, there's no point of putting that radius on it. What is it, 24 miles? 24 miles. And we spoke last time. We talked about how, this person was, to go in there and do what he did to 4 people, right? That would inquire a significant amount of anger. You're looking at the weapon that was used as well. That's usually used in a rage type of situation.
Somebody getting triggered like that, in my opinion, is probably not going to be the most calm-headed, isn't going to be the most planned out, so to speak. It's going to be a little bit winged out. And in my opinion, it's going to happen pretty soon once that trigger moment happens. And so basically what I'm trying to say is, I think that the reason why he's traveling there at 3:45 is because it took him that long to get there from wherever it was he was at when he got triggered.
Yeah.
Now, these girls went to sleep at 2:55 in the morning. According to, well, that's the last call that they sent out to the boyfriend, right? And so, you have, let's just say this is the actor in this case. If that body footage that was out there on the street was innocent and there's nothing in there, and that the light that you see emitting from the house was the females turning the lights off, closing the blinds, things like that, that would indicate that that's about the time that they fell asleep. I don't think that they're going to do something to trigger this guy to leave after that moment. So whenever he left, it was before 2:55. Now, it could have been significantly earlier in the day, like 5 hours earlier. I know there's been some folks that were talking about that one of the suspects was about 5 hours away. Kaylee could have said something to somebody 5 hours away, 5 hours before 3 o'clock. So that would put you at 10 o'clock at night. That they're not interested in them, somebody long distance, somebody who thought they had a chance, somebody potentially away for vacation or back home. That triggered them and they drove home and they drove back, and it just so happened to be 3:45. Or the girls triggered them before they went to sleep. And this is your window, right? Before they went to sleep at 3 o'clock in the morning. And it took them 45 minutes to get from that trigger moment to their front door. So that's your window that you're looking at, in my opinion, as far as when this trigger situation had occurred. And if you're looking at, that's going to broaden your search, in my opinion. Does all that make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
Right. And so, and I know that a lot of folks are saying 24 miles isn't a lot. That's pretty quick. This road here just kind of depends on this road, how this is a rural area that goes into this terrain, looks kind of mountain-like. I've traveled to the mountains quite a bit in Colorado. I've never been to Idaho, but I've been in Colorado and Wyoming before. And I can tell you that, sometimes going through some mountains can take you quite a bit of time, even though it's a short mileage, so to speak. And so I want to thank everybody in the live chat and everybody watching. We have 84 watchers. Please give us a like. This video here is likely to be demonetized just because of the type of content that we're using. So if you could just do us a favor and help us out by hitting that subscribe button and hitting that like button, that would definitely help us out.
More than likely it will be.
Yeah. They've all have been.
Yeah.
And so it is what it is. If you have Thug Life. Yep. And if you guys have questions or comments, we will go through some of the live chat. We're going to try to go through it here in a little bit. But if you have one that you want us to answer, we'll definitely stop and do that for a super chat. So just to keep that in mind.
I'll keep a lookout.
Yeah, for sure.
Somebody told me why I keep looking at my cup earlier in my private chat. My friend told me it's because I'm trying this new Bud Light lemonade. Surprisingly, it's pretty delicious with this clamato, man. And I just keep looking at it. I'm mesmerized.
I haven't had a Bud Light in a while. I've been drinking that Shiner Lime here recently, and going back to a Bud Light, it's not bad, man. I hadn't had one. It's all right. It's all right. It's not
Johnny.
too bad. So, Johnny Cortez.
So I'm running out, man. I'm running out.
Yeah.
So now you look at what these guys are saying, and you're looking at the direction in which this vehicle is traveling from, right? And the direction in which the police are searching for. Kind of leads some questions as to potentially who the actor might be. In my opinion, I think this is a somebody who thought that they had a relationship with Kaylee, or a potential relationship with Kaylee, or could have been Madison, but I suspect it was Kaylee. Um, do you guys have a theory on who the target was? I have a theory that it's Kaylee. Do you guys have a theory on that?
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing, and I think it was her. Yeah, I think it was somebody real familiar with the people that live there, and knew the layout of the house, and kind of knew what the schedule was too. Apparently, you know what I mean?
Right. Somebody had to know that there wasn't going to be a lot of people there that night.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Blue? You have any theory of who the target was?
I don't have a theory yet. I mean, the dad said, you know, that one of them was more targeted, and he thinks it's his daughter, Kaylee. But you know, they haven't put out the evidence yet to say who it was. So I want to see the evidence first. You know, see who got the most jabs,
Right.
and we'll find out later.
My theory is that there was a target, and the target was Kaylee, and here's why. The father had came out and spoken to the media and stated that the police had told him that the second floor was the entry point, and so he brought up or the entry and the exit, potentially the exit point. I think it was the front door that was the exit point, but either way, he stated that there wouldn't have been a particular reason to go up to the third floor if the target was on the second floor. You know what I'm saying? And they met their target initially.
Mm-hmm.
And so you also listen to what the coroner said. The coroner said that most of the victims had passed by with the lethal wound was a single puncture to the chest. Right now, when you see most, you're thinking in a situation where there's four. Well, if it was only two of them, she would have said half. And if it was four of them, she would have said all of them. So most means that three of the subjects passed by the same lethal wound, that the other one had more lethal wounds. Now, one could say that going to the second floor, that potentially it could be because maybe one of them woke up. Well, the thing is, it was also described by Xana's dad that she had defensive wounds. She had woken up from my understanding, probably woken up as well. I anticipate that the first target was probably the male, because he's the bigger target.
Mm-hmm.
And so she had defensive wounds and still had the same singular lethal puncture.
Yeah.
And so why would that change up in the third floor? Right now, as far as who had most of the injuries or whatnot, the coroner would tell the father of the family, the description of how their child or their offspring had passed.
Mm-hmm.
And this family was very close to Madison. And so I anticipate that they know the severity of the injuries to Madison and to Kaylee. I don't think that they know too much as far as the other two victims. But when it comes to Madison, they talked about her as a daughter and always being around. So I anticipate that the families are close. And so he would have some knowledge of her injuries and the brutality of them, or the how severe it was compared to Kaylee's, or the lack there of severity. And so, does that all make sense?
Yeah. I mean, I feel bad, for the dad that he wants to know, all the information and whatnot. But you gotta feel for him, losing someone that a loved one, especially in this matter. I mean, you gotta feel for him. Like, he wants to know exactly everything. And the police, they're gonna give him some, but not all the information, because it might. It might hurt the case at the end. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I agree. And so, to go back to my theory, I think that we got to put everything in perspective, right? You know, Jack and Kaylee, let's just say she was the target, right? They had gone through a split, right? My opinion is, and especially since it's gone this long without somebody getting caught, my opinion is that this is probably somebody close but on the outside, right? He's been there. He's probably a distant friend, maybe perhaps closer to Kaylee than the other guys that are in the group. And in my opinion, I think that perhaps he thought he may have had a chance. Maybe this guy is somebody who visited the area. You know, him coming from a distance away tells me either he's on vacation or went back home to visit, or he graduated recently, whether it was the year before or the year before that. You know, the one thing that, you know, police kind of take, you know, hinge on or whatnot is cell phone pings and towers and things of that nature. And they look at text messages, but sometimes they overlook, you know, those messages that are cryptic. You know, your WhatsApp messages, your Snapchat messages, your Kick messages, those type of things. And if Kaylee had some kind of potential love interest for a little bit, or maybe somebody was, you know, interested in her, then that perhaps may be the means of communication that they had.
Yeah.
Versus text messages. And so, you know, who do y'all think? What is your theory as far as who y'all think is a suspect? We'll start off with you, Jaime.
Oh man, Jack. It seems like a good suspect, but then you got was it Inan?
Inan.
Yeah, like he's saying some crazy stuff, especially on that Reddit post. You know what I mean? He wrote a novel. It doesn't help that, you know, it doesn't help that he's doing that, but putting more light on himself. But I kind of see that he's doing that just because he's trying to like start his own streams, you know, and he said he was trying to get a cooking stream going, and like, you know, he juggles or some other stuff. I think he's just trying to get some followers. But right. I think for my opinion, it seems like more of either Jack that's gonna have more, that should be a person of interest. You know what I mean?
Right. Now with Jack, here's why I struggle thinking that it's Jack, the boyfriend. The main reason is we really don't know what his alibi is. You know, outside of the fact that he was asleep wherever it was that he was at when Kaylee and Madison were calling him the morning of the incident, right?
Yeah.
And so, you know, all we know is that he was asleep during that time. I have not found any piece of evidence anywhere that has reported that a roommate, you know, was his alibi that he was asleep, or that his parents was his alibi that he was asleep. We don't know. But, you know, in my opinion, you know who does know? The family of Kaylee. They're very close. They thought of him very closely. They know where he was at, or where he's claiming he was at. They know what his alibi is and who's probably verifying that alibi. And in my opinion, I think if the police had any indication that it was Jack, I think they would have not allowed the family to be so close with him after the fact. You know, and I think you guys are frozen, or is it me?
No,
we're good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, y'all were really frozen.
No, well, I'm having a little bit of trouble with my internet, so I might be coming in and out.
No, it wasn't y'all. It was me, because both of you guys were frozen.
Oh, okay.
But if you guys were listening or able to hear me, then that's great. And in my opinion, you know, they know where he was at. The police know his alibi, and he was cleared pretty early.
Yeah.
In my opinion, if this white Elantra is related to this case, I don't think the police would have any trouble locating it if it belonged to the ex-boyfriend. I mean, that's the first person the police are going to look for, and they're going to look at if he had access to a white vehicle that somewhat was eerily resembling not even a 2011 or 13 Hyundai Elantra, but it could have been a Prius or a Camry or whatever the case may be. They would be looking at him significantly harder than what they're saying, and they wouldn't have cleared him so quickly.
Yeah.
You know, I don't, there's been some folks that say, I've heard somebody say something about, him having the dog and bringing the dog to the place. I think that would be evidence against him that he brought the dog there.
Yeah. There's also talk about how supposedly Inan was at the food truck.
Mm-hmm.
And but I saw pictures, and then the picture does seem, he looks similar to Inan, but I think it's just a shadow that makes it look like that. But once you see the video, like, you can tell it's not. Even though his voice is not the same, and he didn't use like at all. So
yeah, that's true. And I saw that actually on T-Reb's page. I know a lot of guys that are in here might be off of heard me call in earlier today and talk on his channel. I want to thank you guys for coming on over and give a shout out to him. And we'll look at a video and we'll look at that to see if that's him. But first, Kaylee talked about being stalked. Did you guys see this?
Yeah.
And there was a guy that was at a coffee shop that gave an interview. Let's listen to it, and then we'll give our thoughts and theories on it here in a second.
All right.
So I just mute everybody.
So Kaylee and Maddie would both come in very happy, very friendly. They always were just such a smile on their face. Just like pretty much you would say they're the light of the world, pretty much. Always happy, go lucky. They always came in just chatting. They always came with a group, like I said. They probably, I'd say 4 or 5 girls at most, all the time. They come in together. And I made a joke about it earlier. It was like, hey, coming together and stuff like that. It's nice to see you girls trying to stay safe. One of them more or less openly says, oh yeah, we've had a friend of ours be stalked before, so this is kind of why we all travel in a group like this. And just was it Kaylee who said that? Do you remember? No, it was Maddie who actually said that. So Maddie said it, and it was kind of like more mentioning, like motioning to Kaylee too, like who was right next to her. So you could tell that like they obviously all were trying to keep Kaylee safe, and to be there for her as good friends. And then to know that a few weeks later, now I won't see them, anymore, anything like that. So it's crazy.
How long before the murder about was that?
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks beforehand, because I was telling them I hope they had a good Thanksgiving break and everything like that too, because I didn't know if I'd see them again. So, because with a lot of the times with the kids, with the way after the pandemic, some of the kids leave in waves. So I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to see you this weekend or not. Hey, hope you have a great, Thanksgiving with your family. And that was the last I saw them.
Did they elaborate any more on the stalker comment?
They more or less kept making the comment that it always seemed to happen either by the campus or down on Main Street. And the last time the Kaylee more or less made it sound like it seemed like it was down on Main Street, and that the person was coming from like around the Corner Club area. And then as far as I remember, it's the guy who ended up like trying to go and talk to her, and then he gave up on it and he ended up walking away. So she thought she was being stalked up to a certain point, and then looked behind her and he was no longer behind her. So
I just want to make sure that I get it right. So
yeah.
Tell me again exactly what you remember.
Just more or less, I made a joke about them being in a group, and they just said, yeah, one of our friends and motioning to Kaylee that she'd been stalked recently. And so that had people constantly following her around. And it's not just a one-off thing, that this is apparently something that Kaylee had tons of issues with. Apparently she always had somebody who's constantly walking behind her like that. So, and it was more so at nighttime when they were out there drinking and stuff like that. Because I asked them, like, is it at school? And she's like, no, when I'm at night, going out to the bars or coming back from the bars. And again, living down that way.
Did she specifically mention the Corner Club?
Not the Corner Club, but just in that general direction and stuff like that. So the only reason I would assume the Corner Club is because that's the only bar that's down in that area anymore now. So we used to have 2. One was CJ's, and then the Corner Club. It's just Corner Club now. Then a whole block before it mingles. So.
How many times did you see Kaylee and Maddie? How many times would they come to the store?
I'd say, now that I'm trying to think back in my head, I've only saw them maybe like 6-7 times total. So I say probably since the start of this beginning of this year.
So that was interesting. I think the guy was just kind of nervous. And I think this guy has been looking into this case a lot.
and kind of filling in a lot of blanks. But basically, he stated that Kaylee had a potential stalker at one point. Madison brought it up, indicated that that's why they travel in a group. And he stated that it seemed like it was a coming from the bar. Now, there was some parts about that a little bit suspicious. Like, he's only seen him 6-7 times, calling him by a nickname, but it is what it is. I mean, I think you would think he'd call her Madison, but calling her Maddie. And the other thing he said was that she was having this constant issue, and this, that, and a third. Yet no friends have come up and said that there was ever a stalker.
Yeah, that guy just looked kind of nervous, man.
Yeah, very fidgety, and I don't think he had anything to do with anything.
Yeah. He looked like me when our first podcast, our live.
For sure. Go back and find that, y'all.
No, don't
enjoy it.
I'm barely getting used to it.
It was a Bob Lazar. You'll love it. Yeah, the vape store manager. In my opinion, I think he's just nervous. I think he's looked a lot into the case. You know what I mean? And probably maybe listening into the show. If you are, stick around, because we're going to be putting out the phone number in the live chat here pretty soon. And we're going to be bringing in, bringing in you guys onto the show. We have a super sticker for $3. Thank you, Queen of the People. It is, and I'll just share it quick.
Cheers.
It looks like a blue hippo.
Oh, my favorite.
Thank you. We appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for that super sticker. And so, let's see.
I don't know about you, but the reporter or the guy doing the interview kind of look like a young Steve Martin.
Steve Martin.
Yeah.
The person.
Like Jose, whatever the Mexican reporter.
The what?
The Mexican reporter, Jose. What's his freaking name? I'll look him up right now.
You know what, guys? I forgot to show this. I meant to show this earlier.
Uh-oh.
Let's bring this up.
Now, owns an Elantra. He probably owns an Elantra.
Right. This is I'm covering Blue's face. This is Jonathan Lee Richards Investigates. He's out there actually in Moscow, Idaho, and he was talking to the clerk there that was involved with the videotaping of the Hyundai Elantra that passed by. Oh, thank you so much, Johnny Cortez. $9.99 super sticker. We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Cheers. We'll drink to all of them, every which one of them.
Oh no, don't say that. We're gonna get drunk now.
That's the point of the show, right? And so this is Jonathan Lee Richards Investigates. He's out there in Idaho on location at the spot on Idaho 8 where the surveillance was taken. Let's unmute me and let's play this real quick.
Hi, can you at least tell me what direction it was going? It was going this way. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, did it turn that way on that road there? It did. So it was coming from there. What time? 3:45? Okay, thank you. Thank you. And do you think it was that white? But thank you for, bringing it to attention, and catching the people that are. Would you like an interview? Thank you. Okay, so she actually told me it was going this way, and it turned. It actually turned 3:45. So she said, this is what she just said. She just told me, and I turned the camera away because she didn't want to be. I don't want to record her there because there's a sign there that says they don't want to take questions. But she's saying that the car came from this way. Came from east and turned right there on Steiner. Turned that way. So that was at 3:45. So is that car the same car? Is it the same?
So basically,
exactly what I had. What do you call it? Basically, what I had put out there as far as the direction that the vehicle was traveling, and in which where it headed. And so, I saw this and I was like, all right, somebody's speaking up, coming forward as far as which direction it's coming into. You tie that in with the police expanding the search 24 miles out. It sounds like somebody was definitely coming from out of town in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Open minds, please hit that like button. And so, let me see. What else did I have here? This interview I want to bring up real quick, and we'll listen to it. It's a minute and 28 seconds. This is with the Chief James Fry from the police department. I'll be honest with you. It's a little concerning to me what he says, and we'll mute.
Students are returning home for winter break. Does that present challenges for the investigation?
I think it's always a little bit of a challenge. We went through this, right after Thanksgiving and all that, but we have investigators all across the nation. We have investigators all across the state with the state police and the FBI. So we'll adapt to that and we'll continue to do our investigation.
What about investigators? Can they keep up this investigative pace over the holidays?
We will continue to keep up this pace. We're giving individuals time off when they need it. We're augmenting other people into those spots so that the investigation continues, but we're not going to stop investigating this.
What kind of progress has been made regarding the search for information about the white Hyundai Elantra?
We have looked at massive amounts of video footage, especially in the critical camera areas, and we've looked at the 24 hours prior to and 24 hours after of those, and now we're extending that out even further to other cameras and other time frames.
What kind of manpower does it take to really deal with all of the video coming in and the tips?
We have massive amounts of people looking at this. Multiple different groups looking at the different videos in different locations, just because we have investigators all across the nation that are reviewing these videos for us and sending us back information on that.
So that beginning of that kind of led me to believe that they don't anticipate in solving this before the holidays, that this thing's going to be going out there for a little bit. What do you guys think?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's going to be on for a little bit. I mean, hopefully it's not like the Delphi murders long. That took 5 years, but I'm seeing this possibly getting a little bit more interesting, like after probably the January.
Yeah, this thing definitely is.
It's gonna take a while, I think, especially like they did say earlier. People are gonna go on their Christmas vacations, Christmas breaks, but they're gonna get people to replace them. So we'll see if the case keeps going.
Yeah, but the people that are replacing those folks are just probably taking notes and writing them out. They're not going to go through every piece of information that original detective has gone through. It's going to be a pausing point, in my opinion. There's just going to be just tips and following new leads, and even those leads are just going to be written up documents that are going to the main investigator that's investigating this. And so, in my opinion, I think this is something that might linger a little bit. But
Go ahead.
What's it called? I feel like they do have a person of interest in their sites. I don't think they're gonna. Maybe they have not enough evidence. Maybe they have all the circumstantial evidence right now, and they don't want it to. They want to have some hard evidence. That way, they can, do a probable cause on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's definitely they may have somebody in mind. They definitely do. And with that said, guys, we want to hear what you guys think about who it is that you guys have in mind and why. I just put the phone number in the live chat, and I am pinning that message. So the phone number, if you want to call in, let me take it off of Do Not Disturb.
Let me show you my favorite noise.
And
this is for Johnny. He said, "Take a shot." I'll take your challenge, Johnny.
Yo,
challenge accepted. So
I ran out of Jack.
Dang.
This is Yellow Rose.
I don't
whiskey here.
I don't have enough for a shot, Blue, but I'll take it. I'll take whatever this is.
Salud.
Ready? That's all I got, man. That's all I got right now.
Well, we got to go find something else because we're gonna get, we're gonna drink a little bit tonight. So
yeah, right.
I have in the live chat the phone number. It is 726-202-4054. If you guys want to call us in, give us a call and let us know what you guys are thinking. The white car is a car. That means they drove. They could very well make it random.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It appears that this vehicle, even if it was traveling on Idaho 8, and if it was seen at the other gas station as well, it kind of seems like it was going in that direction of a purpose.
Yeah.
And so I don't think it was that random. I think that it was somebody. It could have been, here's another theory. It could have been somebody who thought that they were close to the person, somebody who's created this illusion, maybe a follower of theirs on TikTok or Snapchat or something like that, or Instagram. It wasn't very difficult for us to find the layout of the interior of the home based on the fact that all you got to do is just Zillow the address. And especially when you have apartment complex that is constantly being rented out and has a lot of turnover due to the fact that you have students going in and out.
Yeah.
And pictures of the interior of the house and the layout of the house are going to be out there on the interweb for people to go and find and see. And so it wouldn't be something out of the ordinary or something, not maybe out of the ordinary, it wouldn't be something that wouldn't be too difficult to achieve, to figure out, based on a few things. And young people generally are a little bit naive when it comes to sharing their location on certain things and tagging where they're at, logging down on social medias where they're going. And so, it was on that Idaho bar stool that we found that video of a party going down the street where there's a young man shotgunning a beer on the roof. And you can see the victim's house down the way, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, in my opinion, let's make sure nobody's called yet. No, in my opinion, it's probably, it could be somebody not too close in the circle. And if that ends up being the case, it could be a minute before they find this guy because, this guy's trigger could have been something as little as maybe she posted something on some social media that she was getting back with Jack, and that triggered this guy, something to that nature. That's about as random as I think it can get.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody asked if we think it's a serial killer, but I can't find the comment. But I don't believe it's a serial killer.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so. I remember there was a report that said it was real sloppy. It might not be a serial killer, but it might be someone who did their homework. You know what I mean?
But I think now that he did kill 4 people, then I think now he is considered a serial killer.
Negative.
It has to be 4 incidences, right?
It had 4 different incidents. It has to be. There has to be time between murders.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think this is probably like mass murder, I guess.
Yeah, this would probably be a mass situation.
Yeah.
Judy T asked, do you guys think this is the first time?
This is first and fourth.
I think with a person, potentially. Yes. I think with a person, yes. I don't think that this guy, given the age of these individuals that are involved, I'm anticipating that the actor is probably around the same age, and it's probably his first time, just solely because of the fact that
I don't think
opportunity.
I don't think it's the first time because he hit someone with straight kill shots. They were right in the heart. You know what I mean?
Maybe. But for William M, yeah,
we gotta call in, guys. We gotta call in.
Don't give out your location because there's a lot of crazy people out there.
Welcome to the Drunk Turkey Show. You're live. How's it going? Who are we speaking to?
Hey, you're speaking to Mike. How you doing tonight?
We're doing great, Mike. We're doing great. We're enjoying a couple beverages and enjoying the conversation about this case.
Yeah, I noticed you were popping a couple beverages and getting ready to take a shot or two.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But
Yes, sir.
I'm enjoying your show, and I saw you on the earlier program today.
Oh, awesome.
So I subscribe to you now, so I'm following you guys.
Thank you. We appreciate that, Mike.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very much.
So,
I appreciate what you're doing.
thank you. So, do you have any thoughts or theories onto who who the target was, who potentially is the actor in this situation?
I have my theory on the actor is, and I think it's the Jack S guy.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you look him up, he was an athlete. He comes from a family of athletes. He was in pretty good shape. He was a wrestler. I think he's related to Buck Showalter of the New York Mets, the manager of the New York Mets. And then the one thing that got me is after this happened, when you have something happen in a campus or school, what's the first thing they usually do? They should lock down the campus.
Yeah.
And they didn't lock down the campus. By locking down the campus, wouldn't it give you a chance to go room to room, door to door to check on people?
Yeah. I would agree that was probably something in hindsight that they probably should have done, is lock down or made some, have the campus have some kind of like mandatory attendance.
Right.
However, I think a lot of students were called to this house and were present during the time that they discovered that these individuals had passed.
Right, but a lot of these campuses have the alert system. They should put you in lockdown or whatever.
Yeah.
And they probably should have initiated that.
No, I agree. Doing something like that and then allowing, the police to go basically door by door and just kind of checking on everybody, maybe an
Right.
opportunity. But then you also have some constitutional things about locking people in their house.
Yeah, I was going to mention, bring that up if they would be able to do it in their jurisdiction, or do they have other problems to worry about?
Yeah, they
like you said, constitutional.
Yeah, the constitutional thing, and forcibly, keeping somebody inside their home is not constitutional. Now, having a mandatory day at school, although not legal, like, somebody somebody shows up for whatever reason or doesn't show up,
Right.
I'm sorry, for whatever reason, it's not like you can hang,
Right, and
pin it on
then
them for that.
probably to enter something, they probably need to get a search warrant, right?
Right.
To
Yeah.
go in the room or whatever and specify what they're looking for.
Somebody in the chat did
Off
say
campus,
there's
yeah.
a shelter in place.
Mhm. And then what you got to worry about too is the officers. So, a lot of these guys walked in. Who knows what the heck the scene looked like? But you got to worry about PTSD amongst these officers, because I'm from a small town in New Jersey, and years ago there was a murder in my town, and the two officers are on permanent disability that responded to the call.
Yeah.
So you got to worry about them and make sure they get the help they may need. Mental and emotional scarring.
For sure. In fact, that's what one of the, I think it was the chief of police had indicated, that a lot of the guys that arrived on scene were young, and it was like their first time being out there and seeing a scene like this, and definitely is something that is, a little bit on the crazy side when it comes to that aspect of it. But do you think it's Jack S? That's the guy in the with the hoodie on in the food truck video? Is that correct?
That's my guess. That's because another reason is he's a hunter. He's used to gutting stuff, and they even had I saw a picture of him on somebody's channel with him with a deer, and in the picture was a K-bar knife.
Yeah, I saw
so
that.
he's used to killing and gore, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
So I could be totally wrong. People are saying that Inan guy or whatever he is, that guy, he's putting himself out there. If he was defending himself, wouldn't he have like marks on his arms, or they could be looking for scars or whatever on him, since he's upfront and personal, basically.
Right.
Putting himself on the YouTube channels and stuff.
No, I agree. I mean, he's been putting himself out there. He's been saying some weird stuff. If you haven't had an opportunity to read the Reddit post that he put out there, we put out a video yesterday on it. I'd recommend going through there. We read through about 5 or 6 of the paragraphs, and some of the descriptions that he's talking about kind of eerily match up to what's been released out there as far as what occurred in that house. And what I'm talking about is he talks about his emotions being ripped and torn and sloppy and this and that, and a lot of the description that was used to describe the scene. So yeah, Inan has definitely put a little bit of a spotlight on himself, in my opinion.
Right.
Right. But you know, I think the police need to definitely look at him. If he's involved, I don't think the Elantra is involved then, though.
Yeah, because he doesn't seem like that big of a guy who. Now I know I don't know him. You know, never been involved or anything like that. I don't know what you're looking for. It could be anybody. But you know, and he's a chef, so he might know how to handle a knife too.
Yeah. No, yeah, for sure. For sure. He's definitely somebody that the police definitely need to continue to look into. Kaylee's father, Steve, he definitely wasn't. He thought that he was a guy, or their family thought he was a guy that was potentially, you know, cleared a little bit too early, and
cleared them all too early.
Yeah, that's possible.
Unless they did that to make them feel safe, but they got their eye on them.
Yeah.
Maybe give them a little comfort zone so they don't flee or something. I don't know.
Yeah, no, there's that possibility. I just think that, you know, something as gruesome in so many people, and the way they describe a potential defensive wounds with Xana, and the fight that they had, that he would have some kind of physical markings on him.
Right.
And so you know, not showing yourself or coming out would be a big clue, in my opinion.
And nobody knows where Jack S is, right? From last I heard.
The public doesn't know where he's at. That necessarily doesn't mean that the police don't know where he's at.
True.
And so, yeah, he's definitely somebody that I think they should definitely keep an eye on.
Yeah. All right, I don't want to tie you guys up. There's probably other people trying to get into you.
Yes, sir. I appreciate
you taking my call.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. You have a great one.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you.
Take care.
We have a new one in. How's it going? Welcome to the Drunk Turkey Show. You're live on air. How are you doing? Who am I talking with?
Good. How you guys doing tonight?
We're doing great. Is this Thomas?
This is Tom. Yeah, from St. Louis.
Nice. Nice to meet you. Welcome to the show. What are your thoughts and theories on this case?
Well, I like the way you guys are thinking about that car, and he's a little bit out of town. But I think he was coming in off a White Road, if you double check that. I don't think he was coming in off of 8. If he was coming in off of 8, there wouldn't be a lane between him and the lane he was in.
Well,
and the original report said that he was taped on 8 or on White Road.
I think the original report, the only thing that it stated was that he turned onto a side street off of Idaho 8. Let me share
You know how there's 2 roads that go by that gas station.
Right.
8 and White run parallel. I think he was actually on white when he was videotaped. There's a camera on both ends of that gas station.
I see it. White Avenue right here.
And I think, I have a feeling he lives off that white road, or a little bit closer than what you think. Although the cops have moved out, like you were saying earlier, 25, 30 miles, you might be right.
Yeah.
But I think he staked the house out and he went home to gear up. I think he saw it was quiet that night, and he went home to gear up. That's what I think.
Sounds plausible.
Yeah, I mean, that was one thing that I think it was two of the neighbors that had indicated to media was that it was extremely quiet that night, unusually quiet, that parties weren't going on. And we brought that up. We thought that perhaps, somebody to go in here and do something like this at this time of night had to have known that there wasn't going to be a party. Or perhaps he waited this late just in case there was.
Yeah, I had a question for you, too. Did you hear about the sighting of the white car on Linden Lane?
I did hear that.
Night?
Yeah, I did hear that.
Now, do you know Linden Lane? If you follow that all the way around, you get up in that back parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
If you carry that all the way around, it's hard to see from Google Earth because there's some trees there, but you can get all the way around to that back lot. I think he was back up in there that night watching that house and decided this is the night and then went home.
See,
he would have had time if it's around, say, 2 o'clock. He'd had time to go down there off a white road, get his stuff, and come back. That's my theory. I could be dead wrong.
Right. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. We're on Linden Lane all the way to the end. And one thing that I will notice or say is I had looked at it before, and I could have sworn I had seen a white car matching an Elantra back here past the dog. I don't see it anymore.
Yeah. But if you check that, I think if he's on 8, I think you might be right. If he's coming in off 8, it could be way out. But if he's closer, I think he would come in on white. If you look at that photo again, if you look at the lane he's in, it would have to be white road because if he's coming in off of 8, he would be on the inside lane, if you follow what I'm saying.
Yeah. The only thing is we did, so we presented a video earlier. Jonathan Lee Richards Investigates was actually out at this gas station and asked the clerk.
I've seen that. I seen that. And she said, well, like you're saying.
Yeah, coming down from the east and then turning off here.
Yeah, Gray Hughes, we went over it on Gray Hughes the other night and looked at it for like a half hour, and we determined that it was white road by the lane he was in.
Right.
So I don't know if you guys are right. I think it makes a difference, so what road he was coming in off of compared to how far out he lives.
Right. And I think that maybe perhaps one of the issues with it is that the image is of it's a difficult image to tell because it's a picture of a screen and you can see the phone in the background. And so
so does that flip it? So does that, I know that is, my mind can't think that good. I don't know. You guys are probably right. I'm probably messed up.
No, I think we're on to something here. This is the actual picture here. You can see the phone on the reflection of the screen. I mean, it's possible unless.
Well, think about it. Think about it. If you're looking from the white side, there would be a lane between him and his car.
Right.
If you're on the Highway 8 side, he would be on the inside closest to the gas station. You can follow what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I understand that, and that was kind of where I was thinking as well.
He still turns. He still makes that left right there, goes across, and he still goes back that way.
Hold on,
regardless if it's Y or 8. But did you guys see that? They think they might have saw that car driving by the scene
at 3 a.m.
No, this was the second day. A guy was doing a report.
Oh, yeah.
The interview room.
Yes. Actually, thank you for reminding me of that because that was something that I wanted to pull up.
he was showing the car come down, and then during the show, this lady went back, and it actually come down and then went back up 2 minutes later.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I remember that. I'm going to try to pull that up. I think
and if you follow that road that car was on, it goes all the way to that intersection. When we're talking about at 8 and White and that gas station.
Yeah. In fact, let me pull that up right here, right now.
Yeah, if you follow, you got to wind around back behind that subdivision, but it gets back to you.
So it is somewhere around right here. We'll play it. Back here. You're going to see a vehicle pass by. Let me know, guys, y'all on the live chat too, if you think this is a potential suspect vehicle. Right there.
Listen, I'll let you guys go. Just a few thoughts. You're doing a great job.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you joining us, and Tom, and thank you for jumping on with us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, love the show, man. Thanks.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Salud.
Great call. Thank you very, very much to the last two callers. We appreciate you. And so let me slow down this this image here, or this video.
Is that reported like 12?
I believe so.
Did you get a beer, sir? Did you get a beer?
Nah.
Oh man, you need to get a beer, bro.
There's feedback.
You know what it is? I need to mute this. Is there feedback now?
I don't know. No, yeah. No.
It's good.
No. All right.
We're good.
All right, so I'm not sure how far back I need to go.
I did get a beer. Leave me alone.
So we'll see it pass by, and then it comes back down here in a second.
Yeah. I don't man, if he came back to the scene of the crime, man, that means that he enjoys all the publicity.
Well, usually it's been known that or speculated that sometimes killers will return to the scene of the crime.
Mostly serial killers, but I don't think this guy's a serial killer. Maybe it's just a random white car, because we still don't know if it's actually like this person, the owner of this car, is actually involved with it. You know what I mean? This is just the police is just looking for this car, I guess, for questioning. You know what I mean? The owner of the car.
Right. Oh, man, I should have figured out where this. Let me put it on regular. There it is. So, oh no!
You did everything correctly except the last part.
No.
Let me see.
It's right there. That looks like a Prius to me.
Can you play that? Play it back?
Yeah. I'm having some technical difficulties.
Is that beer?
Yeah, it's that beer.
There it is.
That's what happens when we drink too much sometimes.
You see right here, that looks kind of hatchy.
No.
That looks like an L shape.
Mm-hmm.
Look, it's right here. Playback speed.
That's behind the house, right? Going towards up the hill.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't see it too well.
Yeah.
There's too many bushes in front of it.
So it's gonna come back down around here in a minute. Let's. I'm gonna put it in fast normal speed.
Didn't they say like there was like 6,000 Hyundai Elantras and
22,000 in the
22,000? Holy.
Yeah,
I was way off.
Registered
only by a little bit. But I think that's including. I think that's in the entire state. To be honest with you, I think that's in the state of Idaho and probably the neighboring state as well. Let's see if it comes back down here. You'll see it come this direction. And the one that's coming down this direction looks more like the potential suspect vehicle. One going, maybe I missed it. One going up, in my opinion, doesn't.
Yeah.
Let's see if it pops out. Hopefully I didn't pass it.
Somebody said he looks like he's 18.
Nah, he looks like 12.
There it is.
There it is. Yeah, it looks kind of hatchy.
It looks more like a 16-year-old. Oh, yeah.
He looks
Don't be creepy, Blue.
Yeah, no, man. Calm down, bro. There's no other place or time. Yeah, that does look hatchy.
Now, I will say that back window does slant, and we
Yeah.
talked about that. You know what I mean? We talked about that on the other videos.
The small window?
Yeah. That's that back window, that the degree in which the window is going down in, it's an angle, right? Like, watch, let me pull it up.
I don't know, guys. Like I can't see it because the bush and then the turkey's in my way, so I can't see it too well.
So,
Turkey.
oh yeah, oh man, I'll remove the turkey. I was looking at it. See this angle right here? So, oh, hold on. I got so much stuff going on now. Yeah. All righty, close that one. Close that one.
Don't open up something we don't want to see.
No, I have too many tabs open. It says you have 15 tabs. I have everything open up at the top, trying to keep. I have it in an order, trying to keep everything in.
Yeah.
Let me remove the turkey real quick. I hate removing our logo.
Yeah, I sent those feet pics in private, guys. Come on.
All right, so you see that angle? The angle of the back window right there? That's a possibility.
It's just too far, man. The too far is like there's trees in the way, and even at that, I think it could be just a random car.
That's true. It kind of looks silver to me too.
Hey, Blue. Question. Let's say, how long does it usually take to get a DNA test result? Like if the victims have DNA under their fingernails, how long would that take?
Honestly, it takes a while, man. Like the lab has to process it, and then probably a small town like that, they're gonna send it to the nearest biggest town or biggest city. I mean, and then here's the thing: a lot of these college students, if it is a college student, there's no DNA on file. They never committed a crime, so it's harder to see if they're gonna find the match. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're right. But you think a month probably be fair?
Oh yeah, I think maybe a month, especially with this kind of case. When the governor put up $1 million to help the case.
Well, I'm surprised. I'm like, it's weird that they haven't put any reward, right, for any what's it called?
I think one of the families put a reward up.
A reward?
Yeah.
They've been talking about it, and the family has gotten a lawyer, but I don't think that it's gotten public yet. All right. So let's put this. Oops, no, that's too far. All right. There is another white Elantra. I wanted to bring this up to you guys and see what you guys thought about.
No, I've seen this before.
This is at 3 a.m. Or at 2:58 during the conversation with the underage drinkers across the street there, and so we're gonna see some lights populate under this blurred image here, and then come across. You tell me what you guys see as far as that vehicle
from left to right, right?
Yeah, from left to right. So the victim's house is in the right, heading towards the right, and so this vehicle will be going that direction. You see the headlights coming out there. They're passing this guy right here, going very slow. That looks silver.
Yeah, it doesn't look white.
Yeah, that don't look white. That looks silver.
That back SUV too is silver and almost looks identical to the same shade.
I agree. All right, so it's right there for an extended period of time.
You can see that car there is already silver, and it looks almost the same color.
And so I have it going real slow right now, so it might take a few seconds to get there. But I don't want to miss it. I want to go frame by frame on this. It's just, this is, and whoever, the folks that watched the entire thing and caught this, it's kudos to them. Seeing this, seeing the guy in the background, the groups of people walking. Now, I don't think I don't think that a group of people did this. You know what I'm saying? All right, here it comes. Those headlights look kind of small. The Elantra has those elongated headlights, and when we looked at the picture of the vehicle on the gas station camera, those headlights look elongated and big. They kind of went towards above the wheel, right? This vehicle has shorter headlights not going down the side, not yet at least.
Yeah.
No, it definitely doesn't. It looks boxy right there.
Yeah, no, man. Like I don't think it's silver, man. I don't think it's white. I think light going on that street light would have illuminated it more if it was white.
Right.
The car that's parked 3 spaces down, that one looks white. The one that's passing looks more like grayish.
Mm-hmm.
That grayish brownish color.
I concur. I agree with you. I think that this one looks a little bit more on the darker color versus white.
Yeah.
But definitely intriguing. A lot of folks were asking on some other podcasts and commenting was, these off-duty officers, they were parked out there. They had their vehicle facing that direction. Would there be possibility of a dash cam? And the answer to that is probably not. They were in an unmarked vehicle. Those vehicles are typically used to try to keep a low profile. There was a camera sticking out of the, near the near the rearview mirror or in the front dash. I kind of give it away. You know what I mean? Hey, Lovely Slinks is in the live chat. How you doing?
She's at work.
Yeah, I see that.
My condolences.
Hey, she works like night like me, guys. So
oh yeah, that's
so
right.
sorry.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. And so, in this situation here, I don't think that's the vehicle. The headlights are off. They're not the same size. And yeah, like I was saying, those are undercover vehicles, unmarked. They're not meant to be stand out. So I don't think they would have any dash cams on them. And so
Yeah, somebody put there's no dash cams in Moscow. You would think with all the new protocols that they would have every vehicle dash cam at least. They only cost like $80 online.
That's true.
Now, while I was watching the T-Rev show earlier today, this morning, he had a couple of folks come out and talk about this food truck guy and a situation that was occurring. I found it to be very interesting and telling. I had wondered who, I'm gonna call him Joe Burrow because he's wearing a Joe Burrow jersey, who he was from the beginning. But let's watch the truck video. Let me make sure it's on normal. I'm gonna have it muted. It really doesn't matter what they're saying, so you don't have to mute your guys yourselves. Let's put it out this way. All righty. You don't have to keep you guys muted. I have it set up differently. So
that was gonna cough. So
you see the girls come, right? And this is one thing that the guy had noticed on T-Rev's channel is the girls are walking up. Kobe Bryant here, number 8, tells this guy here who is seen kissing a different girl a little bit later in the footage. He's like saying, "Hey, Maddie's over there," and he kind of looks back and then kind of waves. And this interaction between Kobe Bryant and Joe Burrow right here. Keep an eye on that. So let me just kind of rewind just a tad bit more. So here's where the girls are coming in. This is the hoodie guy up here.
Yeah.
This guy says something to Joe Burrow over here in that direction. He starts looking around the corner. Right?
Yeah.
He's walking to the back somewhere. He peeks over. They look around. And then he's going to wave at her. Watch. I think he yells at something. Maddie waves at her. She notices it, responds, and walks to him.
Yeah.
This guy takes an odd step back.
Mm-hmm.
Why is he acting that way?
Drug
Weird,
maybe?
ain't it? No. He watch.
Let's see.
When she comes over, he backs up.
Oh yeah. A big step too.
Yeah. He's way back there.
Like an awkwardly big step.
Uh-huh. And so she takes off back over here. Watch. What is that? Do you see that? Look. She's walking away. Look at the hand motion. He says something about putting her to sleep.
Mm-hmm. Maybe they said like, oh, they're gonna go sleep. Maybe.
But she's not. They're barely ordering their food. They're gonna be there for a minute.
Well, maybe he's like, oh, what are you gonna do after this? Like, oh, we're gonna go home and sleep. You know what I mean? Could be. I mean,
maybe.
Yeah.
I found that to be interesting. And so
that is weird though. Why the hand gesture?
Right.
You can
so
easily just say it.
Right. And so this guy walks up,
Mm-hmm.
introduces this girl here, gives Joe Burrow a kiss. Watch. They come with the shirtless guy who I wonder who that guy is. He looks familiar, dude. I've been doing a lot of investigating on this and looking at a bunch of different things. He kind of looks like a guy named Adam Lauda on TikTok, and he lives at that corner house where that guy standing on the roof chugging the beer. I think it was a Crime Circus used him as used his TikToks and his videos to indicate that potentially Jack D lived in that area. But I think Jack D just only had been there. I think it was a party house, but he kind of looks like him. The video's grainy. I'm not too sure, but whatever. Megan.
No what?
I just saw something weird on there. All right, so let's see. He's talking to the and so his girlfriend and those girls had walked off, right? The girl he kissed.
Yeah.
So there's two guys that are acting pretty weird. It's Kobe Bryant and Hoodie Guy, in my opinion. They're just off to the back, quiet. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so let's see. I don't want to go too far. I bet it takes a minute for. All right, so fast forward it a little bit. Thank you very much. And so this is actually footage that we're talking about. That T-Rev's video showed up this morning, and I thought to be interesting. So he's getting his food there. Look at how close he's getting up to her. Touches her on the shoulder, takes off. Let's see. They were speculating that she is hitting him in the groin area or grabbing him in the groin area. I think it's just the angle. You tell me, does that look like that?
That's weird.
Now, he was kissing a different girl.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not her boyfriend.
That's a player.
And so...
Oh, I thought I muted. Sorry.
I mean, not just that. Like, that could lead to some jealous human beings being upset.
It's pretty good.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Can you go back to where that dude gives a hug and then the girls approach the dude? Look like they got mad, right?
All right, hold on. I'm not sure which part you're talking about. Let me rewind it.
When she calls over, who was it? Kate? Is it Katie?
Oh, when he's all right. Hold on.
Yeah. When you have a chance.
I'm trying to remember what part you're talking about. When who gets mad?
No, when the guy calls over is it Kaylee who he calls over?
Oh, he calls over Madison. Yeah,
Madison.
Let's see. I need to write down these times. All right, so this guy's looking around already before they even show up.
Mm-hmm.
It's just watch him. Just being weird. Just looking around. Do you think that he's a lookout, like potentially for his friend here?
Sure looks like that, man. Picking over shoulders and shit.
Like I think they're waiting for Madison and Kaylee to show up, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But they also know that his girlfriend's coming around.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I can see
Thank you, Johnny Cortez. We appreciate the $1.99 super sticker.
Cheers.
Appreciate it very much. Cheers, buddy. Cheers.
That was strong.
That was good.
Oh man, that vodka. Ooh.
Mixing your alcohol, man. So
I think
he looks over.
Take another shot, man.
Mm.
Yep.
What? What did you say?
Taking
I think Johnny wants me to take another shot. So I think challenge is accepted.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Damn.
I love that noise, man. The cork noise.
I like that Megan, man. This one.
Yeah. I blocked that. That's not the first time that Megan was saying.
Oh damn! I missed the first one.
Yeah.
You missed the first one.
Tell me what it was later.
We'll tell you what it was. She's making fun of me. I don't know. I don't know what I did to this woman. All right, so
Salud.
We're having a good time, guys, and just talking some theories, man.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where he waves her down, and this guy's just acting real suspicious, man. Kobe Bryant back here. Maybe he's not comfortable with this. Perhaps he knows they're significant others.
Maybe.
You know, he definitely seems more comfortable with the girl and the group of people that came that kissed him.
Yeah, definitely.
You know?
And that girl that showed up after he called over Madison kind of looked. She was kind of look like she was mad, like she had that body language.
Yeah. See, he went and met up with this group of people and brought them over where they were at. And look, he's close to his buddy there. He's still not part of the. He's still acting weird, but he's not super far apart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting. Now, the other thing was that I had gotten. What the fuck? No, I didn't mean to put that up there. I'm gonna have to block you guys though, man. I'll put you in timeout. I can't be doing that.
Man.
I don't know any guys, so I think
you made it like 10 times worse.
I didn't mean to make it 10 times worse.
There's 160 people now that know the truth.
Now we're definitely not getting monetized, guys. So if you guys would just hit that like button and send this.
If you're the one that blamed me for stealing your bike, it was not me, okay?
Yeah. There you go. Leave Blue alone. Oh man.
He's a good guy.
Oh, man. I have to block you guys when you guys acting crazy that way. Don't forget, y'all. But keep it clean if you guys do call.
Yeah.
The phone line is in the live chat. Y'all are more than welcome to give us a call back and give us a holler. Now, I was told that after these girls leave, that there's a potential vehicle in the background of in the windows or something like that could potentially be a the Elantra. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, yeah. I heard about that too. And this is the
look, there's the guy that people claim is
I was about to say
there.
that. I was like, yeah, he's right there. But I think it's a whole different story when you see the video than when you see the picture itself.
Yeah, the picture that is circulating that people are saying is him. It looks like that one still frame, but you can kind of tell that's definitely not him.
Yeah, it doesn't even sound like him either.
No, it doesn't. You know, he was talking a little bit, and so yeah, see, you can clearly tell that guy is not the same dude. The other guy is like 30. This dude looks early 20s.
Yeah.
Wow.
Who's man, that's funny.
That is. I gotta block you though. I don't want to do that. I just gotta put you in timeout.
Damn, Guantanamo Bay.
At least I didn't show it to everybody.
Yeah, thank you.
I had a friend that was a guard in Guantanamo Bay, bro, and he told me some weird ass stories, man. So it's crazy.
Yeah, we're gonna need mods ASAP.
Yeah, we definitely are. I think that is our cue to get some mods into. Yeah. You know, we're definitely gonna need to do that. Let's see. I'm gonna see the fast forward to where the girls leave.
Wait, somebody wants to know what they said.
You're gonna have to. That's gonna cost a $10 super chat, and we'll be.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's see.
Oh man. Let's see how long it takes for them to come back. Did you block them or did you just put them on timeout?
I put them in timeout twice, but I blocked them once. I'm surprised they came back.
Running out of whiskey, guys.
I'm not. I have a few more beers.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me fast forward a little bit more. It's getting close to the point where they're taking off. Let's see. Let's see if we can see what vehicle. Like if it's because there's been reports that the Uber driver that dropped them off was a black car.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've seen reports it was a black SUV. Let's see if we can tell the size of the vehicle as they take off in the reflection. Let's see. It's getting kind of close to that part. Oh wow, man! Y'all are ruthless today, y'all.
Yeah, man. That's cool though, man.
Hey, it only makes you stronger, Jaime. It only makes you stronger, okay?
It only makes you stronger.
Shit. They're not saying anything I don't say to myself.
Yeah.
In front of the mirror.
Yeah, 3 times a day.
Yeah.
Plus, the top of the mirror makes things bigger, okay? So yeah.
So Blue wasn't mentioning that comment I accidentally showed in the mirror. All right, so let's see. Like these girls should be leaving here pretty soon. And when they do, we'll be able to tell if you know what's going on. Let's see. Steeler fan asks, "What's going on?" I don't know, man. We're getting attacked out here.
Yeah,
we need mods.
Roasted. We're getting roasted.
If you're interested in being a mod for us, please email us at drunkturkeyshow@gmail.com.
Except Alex Moore and the other one.
Yeah, Megan and Alex, you guys are probably not going to make the cut for the mods. Let's see. Marlena Cantu says Inan Harsh second interview was very suspicious to me. Man, that Reddit post was super suspicious. You know, we read that what yesterday, and we put it out there. Or no, I put a clip yesterday.
Yeah, you put a clip, but I think it was the day before yesterday, was it?
No, it was this morning. Jesus, I'm all over the place.
Yeah,
this morning we put a clip of verses on how to do that. Yeah, Aaron, we don't have any mods yet. You know, up until this point.
I believe I said that before.
We will not be getting silver mods.
Yeah.
That's why there was an earthquake in Del Rio today, okay, guys? Because it's down.
Oh man. You guys are funny, but we can't be having that stuff. All right, so they take off. They finally took off. This guy says, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
And he's gonna walk off, right? Oh, we got another super chat. Super sticker. Thank you so much.
Oh man, Johnny.
We're gonna buy you a 6-pack, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
John wants me to take another shot.
I'm really not, man. I'm on my last little bottle of vodka.
Let me see this real quick. I think I went too far.
I can take another shot.
Oh man.
All right, so he takes. Let me go back just a little bit more. So they take off. Let's see if we see this vehicle in the background there that's leaving with them. He takes off.
Salud.
Cheers.
Tastes like candy.
There's one vehicle. There's lights going off the other direction. I'm not seeing it or anything that is. What do you call it? Definitive enough.
Yeah, no, it's like everything we like, all the videos and the pictures that we have, it's just they're kind of graining it, and especially that like the picture that they posted up from the what's it called, was it gas station?
Mm-hmm.
Like it wasn't even released by the police. It was released by the person who actually saw the video and just took a quick picture of it, right?
Right. We got one.
Just say the last time I drank with Johnny, we're supposed to drink till 5 a.m. I made it till 2 o'clock. So.
Yeah, Blues are Olympic drinker. We'll leave it at that. There's a video out there where Blue jumps off the podcast because he got a little bit too drunk. This is before we were talking true crime. Says we don't just do true crime. We also talk lighter stuff. We've brought on comedians, actors, film directors, musicians onto the show before. We've had conversations a little bit more lighthearted. And in one episode, Blue had to rush off because he drank a little too much that night. And so which one of these three has the best beer?
One, baby, number one.
I mean, by default, it has to be high, man.
It's not fair. I had to trim mine for work, okay?
Ooh. Excuses.
I don't have to trim downstairs. I can tell you that mine's.
Jesus Christ, Blue. Nobody needs to know that. All right.
I didn't hear that, so I'm good.
All right. You'd be glad. So here's the video again of the.
I'm just messing around.
What's it called? Supposedly he cut himself right at work, and supposedly he cried about it or something like that.
He said that he was crying at work. I don't know if I saw anything that said he cut himself based off of that Reddit post, but he did say that he was crying, he was emotional, and it brought him to tears, and that he had to be consoled by his coworkers or something of that nature, which is crazy because that definitely. We got a new member. Thank you. We have our first member. 99 and lipstick. I just opened up a new one. Salud. Cheers to you. Thank you so much. Yeah, TMI about Blue's comment. That's kind of the that's what they're looking for. You know, the police are going out there and asking people, have you noticed a change in behavior? Have you noticed anybody acting differently or acting oddly? And this guy goes out there and is you're saying that you know, and he very well could have been emotional about the situation. You know, it was a next door neighbor. I mean, I couldn't understand the what do you call it? The trauma that could put on somebody to think that, hey man, that could have been me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Especially so close. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And so, you know, with that being said, it could be that, but I mean, he definitely throws a lot of light in his direction.
Yeah.
And it could be one of two different reasons. It could be one, that he was involved, or two, that he's looking for a little bit of clout, so to speak, you know, some attention in his direction.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he started a YouTube channel not that long ago, right?
Yeah. He said he was starting a YouTube channel to teach people how to throw the sticks up and down.
Yeah, and he also has merch coming up.
Yeah, and so will we, guys. By the way, we're just starting out on this drunk turkey ride. As far as the show's fairly young, we've only been doing this for about 6 months now. We've been doing true crime for about 6 weeks, and so we're getting things together. So keep tuned. Please hit that subscribe button so you're notified of everything, and ring that notification bell. I've been told by a few people that they didn't get notified of the show coming on.
I think it's been more than a few people, man, actually.
Yeah. There's been more than a few people that have come on and said that. It's happened on this show. It's happened on my other show that I cover. I cover the Pittsburgh Steelers on YouTube as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been told this, and I've been told that if you ring the notification button, the bell, if you hit the bell off and then hit it back on, it usually fixes it. So if you're having that problem, just hit the bell twice and you should be good to go. But this video here, this is the video that was from Barstool, Idaho, on their Instagram page. And you see, you know what? We got a caller. Let's get the caller.
I'm scared now.
You know what? We got a caller. Welcome to the Drunk Turkey Show. You're live. I do hear an echo in the background. If you don't mind turning it down a little bit. Welcome to the Drunk Turkey Show. You're live. I do hear an echo in the background. If you don't mind turning it down a little bit.
All right, I turned it down. Thank you.
No problem. Welcome to the show. Who are you talking to?
This is Teresa Bird. I'm T-Bird on your show.
Oh, nice. I've seen you in the live chat. How's it going? What are your thoughts and theories?
Well, I'm really digging what you guys are posting and the pictures of the house and the car. And I was trying to make the connection with Jack DeCoeur, and so you're showing a picture of a guy on the roof right now. So I was kind of trying to get your take on what you think about that.
So I think that this is an interesting development here. You know, you look at the guy up here, but more importantly, which I don't think that this is Jack, to be honest with you. He doesn't look like him. And this vehicle here has been one that people are like kind of looking at. And one thing that we have noticed about this vehicle here is this rear window here. This angle that this window has is very similar to the angle on the windshield, or on the back window of the vehicle that was taken a picture of at the gas station. And so this is a party house. There's a lot of vehicles here. You can see right off here, there's 4 parked off into the side there. Out there in the back, where there is photos of, you see people out here, back here, there's actually photos of Kaylee, Jack, and I think a few other people that are in that on that little porch area, on that deck, in fact.
Oh, yeah, I see that now.
Yeah, I have them saved. Let me pull them up real quick. This is one of them. Wrong direction. This is another one with Kaylee and Jack. This is that next door neighbor's house. You can tell based off of this, and the rocks also kind of give it away. And this is actually the victim house back there as well. And so
Uh-huh.
there was a lot of pictures, in fact, more pictures of these this young couple at this house than at the house across the street. And so I find it to be a little bit on the this is definitely where they all hung out. Here's the rock formation that you guys can see in the back. Here's the little ledge area, the porch area where they were standing on.
Like a patio, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this is the victim's house, and this is the house where the pictures were taken. Now, if we go up here, and you have to put yourself up here, because when you get close to the house, for whatever reason, they removed the 2017 image. I mean, the 2022 image. So
Right. I noticed that. Yeah.
right here, you can see a white vehicle with that ledge there. And this, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's a Hyundai or if that, I don't think so. I mean, that looks more like a Focus to me, but it could be the same car. It may not be the same car. It's a possibility. And
yeah,
the crazy thing is, though, as you get close to it, for whatever reason, Google takes that image away and they put one from a lot longer ago.
I noticed that. Yeah, and the house image is like from the past also.
Mhm.
Not updated.
Yeah, they blurred out the victims' homes here, and here is where you see that rigid stuff that was on the back of this house. So it's, Jack and Kaylee, there's a lot more pictures, in my opinion, and evidence to prove that they were at this house more often than this house over here.
Yeah, so those three houses are all kind of, it looks like they're kind of commingling at all of those houses there, right there in that area.
Exactly. And so
Yeah.
I based on that and based on their pictures at all three of their houses, it would be difficult to say that Jack or Jack S or any of those other guys live in these two houses based on just having pictures of them there, especially the boyfriend, because he's probably spent a lot of time at the girlfriend's house. And if they, probably all know each other, they all went to they go to the same school, live in the same area. This is
What do you think about the police department saying that he's not involved, but maybe saying that just so that they can kind of watch what he's doing? I mean, they don't really have to say anything either way, because if they say he's not involved, it kind of leaves them to just kind of surveil what he's up to, right?
Yes, and one thing I find with it, if they were to say that he's not involved, just to kind of keep an eye on him, he's been really close to the family. The person that did this did something heinous to 4 people. He's a dangerous person. I don't think you want somebody that they suspect could be the guy around the family. He was part of the viewing or the celebration of life for Kaylee, and he was up there on stage with the family. Those things I wouldn't believe that the police, if they suspected him, that they would allow for something like that to happen without heavy police presence. And then also, when it comes to the boyfriend, I think the family know what his alibi is, and they're not concerned about it. The police know what his alibi is, and they're not concerned about it. And so it's got to be pretty strong, whatever it is. And there's got to be some kind of evidence, because, when you have something happen and the target is suspected to be a certain person, the recent ex-boyfriend is probably the first person that everybody's going to look at, including the police. And if there's something there, they're going to find it, especially this early. I mean, especially the scene being described as sloppy and messy as it was. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you for jumping on the call. We appreciate you and appreciate you being in the live chat.
All right. Take care. I love your show. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas. Bye. Great conversation. Thank you so much for calling in. Let's see.
I had to jump to get another refill, man. I was out.
Let's see. Hold on. Daniel in the live JLR put out today. He was walking right there in front of Jack's, and there's a white car. Please check it out. I'm going to have to look into that. Let me see if I can find that real quick while we're doing this. And so, what do you think, Jaime, about that? You know, we have a guy on the roof, right? Down at the bottom, there's a white vehicle. It kind of looks like the vehicle coming from, you know, the gas station.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I would think that if it is the same vehicle, if they're traveling that direction at that time of night, they probably don't live in that house anymore.
Yeah.
Or they were out partying, one of those two. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, especially because, you know, all these houses around the victim's house are known for having parties, holding parties, and having a lot of vehicles around. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know if that white car is actually from that house. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it could be someone else's. Could be even Jack's friend or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're in trouble, guys, because it's Modelo time.
Oh no. Let's see. I haven't seen this, so I'm gonna lift it up. This looks like Jonathan Lee Richards investigates. It looks like he's out at the area where Linda Lane is.
Mm-hmm.
This is what that looks like to me. Let me unmute him. I'll mute us, and we'll listen to it.
All right.
Inside a home, police have made no arrests, haven't publicly identified any suspects, and haven't recovered the murder weapon. And they're looking for a white Hyundai Elantra. Now, why am I at Linda Lane, 1 block away from the Moscow home? The Moscow home is right over there. This is 1 block away to the east of the home. Why? Because surveillance. Look at that right there, surveillance camera. It has been reported that the owner of this apartment complex behind me reviewed surveillance footage, and this footage goes a straight shot to Taylor right there. That's Taylor. And they said the owner of this home, his name, I'll just say Kane F, says around between 2:45 and 3:15 a.m. on November 13th, 2022, a white vehicle went past the house, went past here towards the Moscow house. So going from east to west, it actually from 2:45 to 3:15 saw a white.
So what I think he's describing is the vehicle that we see on the because it's around the same time that the police are talking to the alcohol situation that was happening in front of the house. And so there was a lot of speculation that vehicle turned out of this street. Given the information that he's talking about right now and the cameras that are there, I am anticipating whatever vehicle that was there that was guesstimated as being possibly the suspect vehicle isn't going to be it, and that they're looking at a vehicle that potentially passed by in the wee hours of the morning, which correlates with that body cam footage at about 2:55 of a vehicle passing in front.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What was it, at 2:45?
Right.
I don't know. Like, man, it just, like I said, I don't have a specific year or even license plate. It's kind of hard to just point out to every single white Elantra, you know what I mean? Driving around. Right. It's just hard. Right. But no, I feel like the law enforcement do have a specific year, and I do think they have a little bit more, evidence than we do, you know what I mean? Or anybody that's doing these kind of podcasts do.
No, yeah, for sure. And the other thing is,
because they're so specific at the, in other words, they could just say it was just a white car, 4-door car or whatever, right? But to say it was a Hyundai Elantra between, was it 2011, 13 or something like that?
Yeah.
It's just weird.
The thing is, I don't think that this is the footage that would have been the footage that people are looking at to see what's the word I'm looking for, Um, I don't think this is the footage that indicated that they're looking for a 2013 to 2011 Elantra. Like, I don't think that I don't know how great that security footage is, but I don't think it's going to be clear enough to see down the street and all the way, at night, down the street, a clear image of a vehicle passing by and what that vehicle is. I'm sure you could probably tell maybe color, if it's a car, SUV, or truck, sedan, things of that nature. I think those are the things that you can probably tell. Good old Big Blue. I think that those aren't things that you can tell. It is interesting, and I think that it kind of shines in a light on the vehicle, or the possibility of there being a vehicle down that Linda Lane. And you're looking at the surveillance tape there that's on that that building there.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me believe that if somebody left there at that time and came back, there would be some kind of digital footprint behind it, and they would know. And this wouldn't be as what's the word I'm looking for? Cut and dry, or not cut and dry. It wouldn't be a not solved at this point yet. Yeah, Megan, I think you really like Blue. I'm having a blocker again.
Yeah, man.
It's okay. Let them hate me. and so what if I'm 300 pounds? 300 pounds of muscle, baby.
Of alcohol, maybe.
Of alcoholic muscle.
And more like 325. I'm working on my figure, okay?
I'm working on my figure.
5. Get the number right first, okay?
Rounds of shape.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
I can pick her up and throw her over the freaking fence, man. So 325, that's the number. Get it right.
So I kind of want to touch on this real quick, guys. I'm not sure if you heard this. Tony Martinez says law enforcement should prosecute Joseph Morris. The rest of us giving them ideas. If they threaten us, they should take action on Morris 100%. Basically, Joseph Morris had fabricated a potential. Oh, we have a new member. Thank you so much for joining the Drunk Turkey member list. We just started it, so we have some things in the works for our members. It will be coming out soon, including a member-only live chat.
Yeah.
But
cheers.
welcome, and cheers. Appreciate it.
Amber, if you want me to take a shot, I will take one. It'll be my 4th one tonight. Just let me know. Say it in the live chat, and I will take it.
I'll take it.
We know that, Blue. We know that.
Yes. Cheers.
She said cheers. She said cheers.
Yeah, that doesn't mean yes, bro.
He's just looking for any excuse to drink, man. For sure, your Mexican half is showing, bro.
Wait.
Oh no, she said take a shot. She said take a shot.
There it is.
There it's the last of my whiskey. This is a good bottle of whiskey, I'll tell you what.
Oh man. Good times, guys. Good times.
I even put some on my Moss sticker. I had to clean it off for the sticker.
Yeah. Let's see. Blue will always take it.
Alcohol.
We're talking alcohol.
I'll take it like a champ, too.
We're getting close to the 2-hour range, guys. So we'll probably be cutting this off in the next 10 minutes or so. So if you have any questions for us, send them into the live chat.
G-rated question.
We appreciate everybody that's there. Again, please hit that like and subscribe button. There's a good chance that this episode is not getting monetized. So, help us by spreading out this word of the show by doing the like, subscribing, the whole comment thing. And if you're watching this on the replay, give us your thoughts and theories in the comment section. And we're looking forward to you guys showing, being involved in the next live.
Definitely.
The good thing, Amber, is I am at home, so I don't have to drive. So I'm definitely gonna be safe. And if I get too wasted, the bed's like 5 feet away. So
Mongo Dave says, "Take a shot, take a puff, whatever fluffs your muff." Oh man, I love that.
That's that bumper sticker.
Yeah,
there it is. And so, yeah, well, this case here, man, I don't think it's going to be solved by the end of this year. I think this is going to be something that goes into next year. I'm a little bit concerned about what. Oh yeah, that's really crazy.
One time.
One time. Everybody remembers it for the rest of your life.
Hey, dude, I ain't gonna lie, man. I think it's pretty cool, like watching this stuff. Like watching the chats just roast me. It's fun.
Yeah, you say that now, man.
I've been roasted my whole life, so I'm used
to it.
Man. I haven't, so I wouldn't appreciate it. You guys would hurt my feelings.
I have no feelings, so thank you guys.
Well, that's the alcohol.
What's it called?
It takes away those things.
Claude, let me put this up real quick.
I think so. I think that Maddie was very close to Kaylee. I think that if Kaylee and Maddie weren't in the same bedroom and let's just say only one of them would have passed, I think that, I think the other one would have had a clear idea of who the suspect was. They talked to each other. They were very close. So I think that if one of them knows who it is, they both knew. I think that when you look at the outline of how to get to the house, and you're looking at where the house is situated, it's kind of secluded unless you know to go there. Now, there's probably been a lot of people that have gone to that area. You're looking at potentially three frat houses, or college, off-campus college houses that are probably the party type. And you've seen a lot of vehicles in that area, so there's a good possibility that this person may have been on the outside, but still on the outside of the circle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like an acquaintance.
Somebody who maybe a loner that showed up there. Maybe one of their friends has gotten invited.
Well, Inan said he was not very social. Like he was a hermit,
right?
And knew somewhat of the girl, the victims.
Yeah.
But there's that. But especially that whole novel he wrote, it doesn't help.
No, it doesn't.
Plus, can you really trust a stick juggler? I don't know. I had to meet one first to be able to trust them. Is anybody out there a stick juggler?
That's a good one.
I mean, I don't know, man. Cloud Bishop goes one or more. I think it was just one. They described that the all four of the assaults were with the same weapon, and so when you hear that leads me to believe that it's probably just one assailant.
Yeah, I believe it was just one assailant too.
Amber Nest, newest member, says, "Do you think it was Kaylee Stalker, a random guy who's been watching them from the back of the house?" I think that this person's probably been watching them. I wouldn't be surprised if they've peep and tom them and hung out behind the house. This is probably somebody that maybe has been watching them for a while and knew their routine as far as their parties go. It was described as a quiet night. However, him showing up at 3:45 could also be because of the fact that he would assume that the parties usually end by that time, and so he could have been watching. 9M and Lipstick says, "Dude is too chill to kill anyone." Let's see. Tony Martinez says, "Big Blue, stick juggling is a cry for help and attention. Ada Rumi did it 100%. What I said, I lived it." Yeah.
I don't know, but it was kind of like he picked the perfect time to do it, especially when there was there's no parties going on.
Debbie, I just want to say I'm from the 210.
The 210.
San Antonio, Texas.
Wait, you were only going to say one?
I think Blue's had a lot of the super chats tonight.
Yeah.
You want to keep making me take shots, super chat or become a member, and I'll take another shot. I'm almost done with that bottle, and I got a liquor cabinet full of bottles. I could keep going all night.
Amber Ness goes, "I believe he was watching. Kaylee didn't have curtains or shades on her window." I think, yeah. And that would lead you to believe that potentially that could lead to a person that infatuated this relationship. You know, that person is probably telling themselves that she's doing it on purpose to show herself off to this guy. You know what I mean? Like, you know, if this guy is some kind of deranged dude that has this you know, fantasy in his head that he's in a relationship with her, and he's out there, he's watching her, he sees that the back windows and shades aren't closed, that could be an opportunity for him to think that. And so,
Damn it, Johnny. Another shot.
Johnny Cortez with a $4.99 super sticker. Thank you.
This is the last what I have, man.
Oh man, you better.
I have nothing. I have nothing else. Here you go. Cheers, guy. Cheers, my guy.
Thank you.
This is the end of my bottle, bro.
Oh man, I drink for you guys.
This bottle was halfway when we started the show tonight.
Yeah,
and it's a big bottle, and it's a Yellow Rose Premium American Whiskey, 80%, which is water to me.
It don't sound like it. It doesn't sound like it as you're saying.
I like moonshine, so this is water to me.
Nice. Nice.
Cheers, Johnny. Cheers, my friend.
There you go.
Cheers. Thank you for your super chat. We appreciate the support. We appreciate everything. Thank you so much. Killing with a blade is a sign of rage. I think Ethan was a target. my thing about somebody in the second floor being the target is why go up to the third floor? You know, that was also the question that Kaylee's dad had asked, and when he kind of put things together, he kind of stated that if the entry point, which is, it sounds like the police told him this too, the entry point was the second floor, whether it was the window or the sliding door, which I don't think it was a sliding door. I think the sliding door was secured with the two stools that were behind there. And the reason I think that was because those two stools were there in place before the forensic team got there to take their pictures. You can see it in the drone footage. And so that scene wouldn't be touched. That entire house would be left preserved until those pictures were taken. And so I don't think it's that sliding door. I think there's two windows in the second floor that are possible. And so, in my opinion, if they went in through the second story or the second floor, then why go up to the third floor? And then you have the coroner who said that most of the victims had their lethal jabbing was a single puncture to the chest, right? Most in a 4 victim case means 3, right? Because if it was 2, that's half. If it was 4, that's all. And so when they say most, that means one of the victims had more than 1 lethal puncture. And you know, you look at the 2 people in the second story, it was pretty much the same situation based on the information we have. 2 people sleeping in the same bed. It was believed, or has been reported by Xana's dad, that she had defensive wounds and she fought as well, yet she received the same lethal stabbing that the other 2 did.
I want to debunk Reynard's message because they never said there was any burn marks from stun guns. I think the guy knew what he was doing, man. He just stabbed him right in the heart. I mean, right here. Bang.
That definitely lost the monetization for the night.
It's a jab in the heart. You got
what's it called?
Oh, you got Tyson. You got Tyson.
You got Tyson.
I'm gonna call it Tyson now.
What's it called? I think using that kind of weapon, it just shows that it was personal.
Right.
Yeah, like it's up and close and personal. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I mean, a lot of people use firearms, but like to use a that kind of weapon, a sharp object, you know what I mean, to kill to unalive someone, it's that's personal, man.
So 9mm lipstick says he doesn't have to go upstairs is what makes me think the target was Ethan. Please explain that. a little bit more. I want to. I'm not sure where you're going with that. I want to understand. Do you think he'll kill again?
They think a lot of people think they were mostly after Ethan, but he didn't have the most wounds according to the parents.
I'll say this: I think that Ethan was probably well. I think that Ethan, given the size of him, being a bigger person, and compared to Xana, and you see the blood that came out the back of that one wall. That was on the second floor. Yeah, that was on the second floor. That was Xana's bedroom. I anticipate he got stabbed and fell to the ground and was leaning up against the wall.
But like I said, my bad. Like I forgot I wasn't muted.
It's all good. What's it called? Wow, that's yeah.
It's all good. I did that too, man. When I had my appendectomy, though, I was having appendicitis on the air.
This is Johnny Cortez's fault. You did this to Blue.
9mm lipstick says she's gonna call in next time. I appreciate it because I've heard that before. Like, he doesn't have to go. I just don't. I don't understand if the entry point is the second bedroom or the second floor. He doesn't have to go to the third floor. That tells me that if and this is also indicating that the first people that were attacked were on the second floor. He may have gone straight to the third floor, but if his target was on the second floor, why would he go up there?
And Johnny knows I can drink, man. I could.
I don't know, man. I'm doubting that tonight, bro. You're all over the place. Let's see. Danny, who said I followed the Rondell murders since day one.
Somebody earlier was asking if we're gonna do Delphi. We didn't even do Delphi tonight.
We've covered a little bit of the Delphi case. If you go through our playlist, you'll see Murder Monday Mysteries playlist and Drunk Turkey Show podcast playlist. If you go to the Murder Monday Mystery one, there's a few Delphi stuff that we've covered. We believe that it's Richard Allen based on the timeline of when he arrived at the scene and
the witnesses,
the witness statement. We broke that down in real details.
From those details that we went through, it was real thorough. Y'all need to check it out. Richard Allen, to me, is the guy.
Yeah. We think that there's a small window there based on the witness statements where there's an opportunity for him to have been there, but I don't think so. Amber Ness goes, what if he got on the third floor balcony? There was a ladder outside. You see, the ladder that was outside was leaning onto the second floor balcony, and me and the guys actually kind of commented on that, and we talked about that. We thought that there was a possibility that the suspect entered through that window there. When you look at and we have a call. We have one more call. Oh. Welcome to the Drunk Turkey Show. I see you on the live chat, 9mm and lipstick. How's it going?
Okay.
So, how explain to me what you mean by Ethan being the target?
Okay.
Yeah.
Her dad said they didn't have to go upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have to go upstairs. So if they went in and Ethan was the target, they didn't have to go upstairs. The killer did not have to go upstairs. That's what I took it to mean.
Got you. I understand. Well, you're saying he didn't have to do this. Like, basically, he didn't have to do that. He had his target on the second floor. He didn't have to go up to the third floor. I understand.
Mm-hmm.
I understand.
Yeah, that's what I took that to mean. And
that's quite possible. I think it's a little risky, especially if the if Madison and Kaylee were second, right? If that was the second room that the killer went to, and the first one was Xana and Ethan. I mean, unless they heard something, and he noticed maybe noise or something like that while he was downstairs, that's definitely a possibility. I get what you're saying now. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a possibility. I I I think that it's possible. It's interesting. But I feel that when you put the brutality on the one person, that person being on the third floor, it leads that direction. But I do think that you might be onto something when you say that.
Have you looked into the conflicts that was in the fraternity?
We've been trying to find that actually. I've heard that there's been a story of some frat boys that were something about steroid use and being upset, and
One of
Ethan
my
being the
one of my first theories was that there was a fight at the frat house, man. That's what my theory was.
Okay, I lost you.
no, it's Blue said so. With on the phone lines, you guys can only hear me clearly. Blue has
You're
to
right.
talk, and then it'll come to me. What Blue said was that his theory was that there was a fight at the frat house, and that Ethan was also the target. He thinks that it's that direction as well, or at least thought it was in that direction as well.
Yeah.
I bet
I
the
think
college
so.
parties and those frat boys, they
And
jealous,
see,
boy.
I love you, Blue. I took up for you a while ago.
We saw that. Blue's a funny guy. He's a funny guy. We love Blue on the show.
You can say I'm a
All right,
weirdo
well,
because
y'all
that's the
have a good
truth.
night. Love you guys. And if y'all need me to mod, I will.
Oh, we appreciate that. Yes, we'll get in touch with you. If you can hit us up at the drunkturkeyshow@gmail.com. We need to, we trying to, I'll be honest with you, I don't know how to do it. So I'm going to have to look it up and figure out how to make mods. And then we're going to be going into that direction and having some people, because we've had some pretty crazy comments in the live chat tonight.
Yeah. And you've got my phone number. I can walk you through how to do modding and all that kind of stuff.
Perfect. Awesome. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Not a problem.
Thank you very much. And you have a very blessed Christmas.
Thank you. So Tony Martinez says 4chan, Ethan and Loach fought at the frat house at night. Loach went for Ethan. Why did he go up the stairs?
I think he liked it.
I mean, that's a possibility, dude. That is a possibility. Man, that would be crazy if that's why, though.
Yeah,
we need to look into this.
My theory is he came into the third floor and realized he was on the wrong floor. Because if you look at that video I sent a while back where the reporter walks around the house, if you're crazy enough to jump onto the third floor, most likely people on the third floor won't lock their doors.
Right, but I mean, this is a roid-filled guy, right? So I'm guesstimating that he's probably a big dude. You still got to jump on that third floor balcony and take a grip. That's
like
gonna
5 feet. 5 feet.
Yeah, but jumping up, I mean, that's gonna shake the balcony, don't you think?
Yeah, but then when you're as drunk as like I am tonight, I might not hear it. I might not hear it tonight. No.
I don't think you're gonna hear much tonight. If he was the frat guy, he was after Maddie. Apparently, he didn't like her, and that does make a little bit of sense because they were in Maddie's room apparently, and so, with that being said, I think that if he went into that room and then Kaylee could have been just been there, and maybe he's upset because she is there. Ooh, wrong one. I jumped up. Let me see. William Ray goes, Delphi. Nope. Watch the Mac Patty TV interview. Check the time, 4:34 p.m. No fit into that timeline. Huge amount of questions spring up considering they came from an hour and 22 minutes away. Yeah, we saw that. I need to look into that a little bit more as well. What we were talking about was referencing the timeline in which Richard Allen arrived at the trail. He shows up, and you know what? We'll break this down real quick. and then we'll call it a show afterwards.
Here,
So
let me tell the audience something. Yesterday, I was laughing because
You're gonna mute him. That's what I'm gonna do.
look, yesterday I forgot to lock the back door when I left the HEB yesterday, right? And my nephew stays with me. He came in. He's like, "Hey, uncle." He calls me tío, but hey, uncle. For the white people, I say uncle. The back door was wide open. The wind blew it open. I said, "That's okay. I got a guard dog in the back. There's no robber in here that can make it past that dog. That dog eats cats and squirrels, and will bite the nuts off anything that jumps over the fence."
Dang, Glenn.
So
you're crazy.
Laughing when he thought somebody was in my house. I said, that dog in the backyard will take care of business, brother. I trained him.
Last call, baby.
Last call. This is last call, guys. So here is the trail. This is the Mogen Trail, right? Now there are a couple of pieces of information that are in the probable cause affidavit that are corroborated with time-stamped evidence, whether it's pictures that the juvenile girls took at the bench, or it was the film from the Hoosier Hardware store that's located just north of the trails. And so let's break it down. There were 3 juveniles that were on the trail that day. They took a couple of pictures at the Mogen Bridge at 12:46. They went back to a bench on the trail, which is the bench here, and they took those pictures at 1:26. Now, at the same time, a vehicle at 1:27 is filmed passing the Hoosier Hardware store that is described as being Richard Allen's vehicle, right? Oh, we got one more. Thank you. Cheers.
Johnny, man. Cheers, Johnny. I finished. Everything I had in the fridge is gone.
Happy holidays to you too. Thank you so much.
Holidays.
And so at 1:27, Richard Allen, and he puts himself there. Richard Allen is going to the CPS building to park, right? Now, we had a video and we showed the video on here. I'm not sure if we have it. I don't think I have it anymore, but we had a video of somebody walking the trail down the Mogen High Bridge from Freedom Bridge, which is this direction at the start of the bridge, to the Mogen High Bridge, and it took a total of 13 minutes to get there. And so from this point right here, this bench, to the end of the bridge was roughly 6 minutes. It is 0.33 miles, right? And so these girls, I anticipate, were walking slower than average because there were 3 juveniles talking to each other. I anticipated them taking about 9 minutes to get to this point. And the guy that walked this trail was walking with a purpose, and it took him about 13 minutes, like I mentioned before. And so from here to here is 1/3 of a mile. It took somebody walking with a purpose about 6 minutes. From this point, which is where the 3 juveniles cross path with Richard Allen at 3:33 p.m., is roughly if from this point to where the old CPS building is 0.15 of a mile. So it's roughly half the distance between from the old CPS building to the start of the trail versus where the girls met and the benches, right? If it took him, the 13 minutes to get across and 6 minutes to get here, then it would have taken him 3 minutes to get from the old CPS building to the start of the trail, which is exactly the time that he said he started the trail at 1:30 that day. And so if he's starting this trail at 1:33 and it takes 13 minutes to get all the way across, then that puts him on the bridge that he said he was on, watching the fish at 1:46. All right. So at 1:46 on the dot, though, is when, and we're going to call her Purple and Witness in Purple. Witness in Purple is driving down to the Myers entrance point to go walk the trail, right? So that's at 1:46. She gets there. She walks down the trail from the trail point at Myers, it's right here, to the end of the bridge, or to the bridge, is roughly 5.5 minutes, right? So during that 5.5 minutes, if she's there at roughly, let's put it at 1:53, right? That puts her here at 1:53. She claims at 1:53 that she sees somebody matching the description of Richard Allen on the bridge, right? She turns around, she walks back, she sees Libby and Abby walking towards the high bridge, right? And at 2:13, a video is taken way over here about going down the hill. Now, this bridge is very shady and dangerous. It's very sketchy to say the least.
Yeah. The wood on it is like all rotten. It's all weathered out.
And so Richard Allen says that he was, and he puts himself on the bridge, states that he was on the bridge watching the fish, that the only people that he saw were the 3 juveniles that he described, that described him at the entrance of the trail. He did not describe seeing Libby, did not describe seeing the purple, the witness that we described in purple. And so, in my opinion, for it to not be Richard Allen, he would have had to have gotten to the bridge, turned around, and passed the Myers entrance prior to the lady in purple arriving at the Myers entrance, which is almost impossible because he's at 1:46 on the bridge and she's barely pulling in.
Yeah.
I don't see him passing them. You know, it'd be one thing if he were to have said, I saw 2 witnesses. I saw the lady that described him on the bridge, and he saw Libby and Abby, but that's not what he says. He says that he didn't see anybody. He went back and sat on the bench and hung out at the bench and then left at 3:30. There's been other witnesses on the trail. Nobody sees him on the trail past 2:15 or past 2:10 ish or whenever it was when the lady in purple saw him on the bridge. Nobody else sees him and nobody else describes him. So I find that that window is very small for him to have gotten from the old CPS building at the time that he said he got there all the way across and all the way back before this lady in purple saw him there. I hope that makes a whole lot of sense.
I mean,
it's a lot of information, but I hope it makes a lot of sense. But that is also with everything corroborated by camera, because at 1:49, right, and witnesses, and at 1:49 is when Libby and Abby are dropped off. And so that also coordinates with the time that she got here and turned around and walked back. My thing is, if Richard Allen was on the bridge at the time that the purple, the witness that we described in purple arrived to the Monhon Bridge, turned around and walked back, if he walked off the bridge, because there's pictures of Libby and Abby on the bridge without Richard Allen in sight, that tells me he walked off the bridge. I wonder if he walked off the bridge to follow the girl or this person who was a witness that we described in purple, and then turned around back when Libby and Abby passed him, as he saw a better opportunity for something to happen.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Like as soon as Abby and Libby passed by, he turned around, followed them across the bridge, and it took him that long to get across the bridge because that bridge is it's not safe at all. You know what I mean? One misstep and you're going down.
It's
right.
Sketchy. It's sketchy. Man, it sounds like this. Watch. Wait, that's
Oh no! Did Johnny put another?
I think we're gonna have fun on the after show with Big Blue. And so
it's Miller time.
It's Miller time somewhere, right? And so, in my opinion, when you look at the trail and you look at the time that Richard Allen puts himself on the trail, you look at the witnesses that have arrived at the different times that they arrived and where they arrived on the trail, it definitely all indicates to me that this person here on the bridge, and also you got to look at the description that he put himself in there. He put himself in a blue or black jacket, blue jeans, and a possible covering on his head. That all kind of points into that one direction, that this is Richard Allen.
Yeah, definitely, especially because the witnesses, the juveniles that saw him, even though they didn't pay as close attention to, at the Allen, the bridge guy, right? They did describe him with similar clothes. You know what I mean? With the jeans, the jacket, headwear, right? He has something on his head, right? And the thing about it is that they saw them all around the same time that Richard Allen said that he got there.
Exactly. And the thing is, too, he says he sat on the bench and left. That tells me, like, if you were to be looking at his description of how long he was there, that tells me that he was looking at the fish for a while. Right?
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, who's gonna be out there looking for fish and not have a fishing rod?
Exactly. Johnny Cortez with another super chat. Man, I'm about to feel what Blue's feeling here in a minute. Cheers. Thank you.
I know, man.
Cheers, Johnny. That's my buddy Johnny. That's why last time I called dinosaurs because of Johnny. I called dinosaurs because of Johnny the last time. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if y'all don't know what calling dinosaurs is, that's when you go past.
I think everybody knows, Blue.
I'm gonna mod him, right?
We're gonna mod him and knock him out right now. But that's our theory on the timeline when it comes to the Delphi case, as far as the trail goes. I think that the ammunition, unspent round that was found near the bodies is just a cherry on the top. There's still a lot of question marks as to why the direction that they were heading. If he had parked in the opposite direction, what was his plan? Things of that nature. And we'll probably go over that more in detail. We are breaking down that case. We're breaking down this case here in the Idaho 4. Let us know if there's another case you guys would want us to look into or break down. We're interested into doing those things. We've if you go back into some of our old shows, we broke down the Vanessa Gillian Fort Hood soldier that was tragically passed away last year. Was it last year or the year before?
The year before, I believe.
Yeah, it was 2020 during COVID.
And her one of her accusers, the helper, was actually already sentenced.
Yep. What's her name? Well, I can't remember her name.
Angelica.
I can't remember her name, but yeah, I know that her Robinson, right, was the
yeah Robinson.
Aaron, was it Aaron?
Yeah, he cowered out and shot himself in the head.
Thanks for the description.
Jesus Christ, Blue. We're trying to stay monetized at some point.
I didn't say anything. I did not say anything bad. I said,
okay.
I said nothing but the truth.
Nothing but the truth. That's all we are about here. We come in with the truth.
Yep.
Yeah, we're going to be going over the more cases. We're going to be coming back, guys, on Monday. We might throw out a video this weekend. Keep out on the lookout. For those that are members, you guys are going to get early access to our videos. We're going to be putting them out there a full day ahead of time for members only. So if you're interested in being a member and catching those videos early, hit that membership button. We also are going to be building a community off of YouTube. It's probably going to be on a Facebook page. That's also going to be access to members and
merch,
the whole 9 yards. We're trying to build this up, and we appreciate everybody that's been a part of this to this point, and the new people that are coming in and building this great community. We appreciate you guys. We're getting a little long in the tooth. Do you guys have any last words? We'll start off with you, Big Blue.
I want to say thank you everybody for following, subscribing, and just being on our show. We're just a couple guys just having fun. Some days I don't get this fun. I get to work, so I don't get other days I can. So this is me when I can.
Yep.
I just want to say thank you, everybody. I just want to say, I still think about Twitch, man. He was a great DJ. He was a great guy, and he passed away from suicide. So if anybody out there is really that low, has that need of talking to somebody, I'm here. We're here. There's hotlines to call. Y'all take care of yourselves, man. I'm really sorry that Twitch, committed whatever he committed, and y'all take care. I'm sorry,
yes, sir.
guys.
What about you, Jaime? And I'm going to answer two questions in the live chat before we go. But what about you, Jaime?
Look, on the Idaho 4, I just hope it doesn't go as far as the Delphi murders. Take that long. You know what I mean? I feel like in the Idaho case, the police might be using this car to maybe like kind of like deflect the attention to what they actually have, because like even shows like ours or other shows sometimes do help, but sometimes also can hurt the case, right?
Right.
But there's another situation when remember the murder, the video that was called one guy, one ice pick or something like that. Remember? It was a guy. It was a guy that unalived someone on what's it called on live and stuff, right? And people like us, the community like us, actually got a lot of evidence and ended up finding out who he was, and like they ended up arresting that dude and charging him and whatnot. But like, yeah, it's crazy. But I just hope, like I said, in the Idaho case, I hope it doesn't take as long.
No,
because,
I agree.
I would like to see the family get some closure. You know what I mean?
For sure. And Jeff H asks, what does drunk turkey means what? So, long story short, me and the guys here have been talking about doing a podcast for a while. Typically, our first initial thought was going to be, more towards conspiracy theories, UFOs, aliens, things of that nature. When we were coming up with the name of the show, it was actually around Thanksgiving. It was around Thanksgiving. And I was watching Rocky, and there was the one where they were referencing him being punch drunk. And so we were initially going to be called the Punch Turkeys, and or Punched Turkey Punch or Punch Turkeys, one of those two.
One of those.
And what ended up happening was it was Punch Turkey. What ended up happening is we found a YouTube channel called Slapped Ham, and we thought it was too close, even though it had nothing to do with the same thing. And so I took that punch drunk word and used the second word and called those drunk turkeys. And so that's how it was brought to. If you actually take a close peek at the drunk turkey there in the top corner, he has a black eye to pay homage to the original story of him being punched. And so one other thing that I wanted to bring up real quick was, why was a bullet between the girls if he did not use the gun? I think his essayed them with the gun and accidentally injected the shell, not noticing it. I mean, there's a possibility of that. I think that it was probably more due to maybe potentially some kind of altercation.
Yeah.
And I think that the girls grabbed the gun and the slide went back. One way to verify that would be from the coroner. If there was pinch marks along the sides of the hands of the girls from where the slide went back and forth, that would indicate whether that was the situation. Another one would be to control the girls. If they were trying to, run away from him at that point, he could have, tried to make that slide noise to intimidate them to stop, and then had to give chase and just didn't think about picking up the bullet afterwards.
Yeah.
But I want to thank everybody. Thank you again, 99 in lipstick, 9mm in lipstick. I appreciate everything and joining our crew. We really appreciate everything. But with that being said, guys, we're the Drunk Turkey Show. We appreciate everybody. Peace out.
All right, guys.
For the first time in more than 5.5 years, we finally tonight have a few new answers to a question that has loomed over Indiana and over the town of Delphi. Who killed Abby Williams and Libby Jordan?
From the end of the bridge you got to go through. Now, I believe that the bodies were found about 50
A suspect in the criminal investigation out of Fort Hood is dead. Officials say he killed himself overnight.
They needed that little music in the background. It goes, "Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious."
Right.
Knew about it or was there. He's as guilty as the person who committed it.
Chilling details in the arrest of a suspected serial killer caught before he could strike again.
They dropped the ball, man. Like, they said he went AWOL, and that he was a deserter, and nobody went to look for him.
Today is not a day to celebrate. But the arrest of Richard M. Allen of Delphi on 2 counts of murder.
Right. He sees him taking off with the wife. They end up finding the wife murdered with the
the baby out of her, and they found the baby in another place.
Hey, greetings from the year 3000. It still sucks. This is Philip J. Fry, and you're listening to The Drunken Turkey Show, your one stop for this sort of thing. Hit that button, like and subscribe. You know what to do, just like